Bam. I don't want to drop that. Don't want to drop that. Welcome back, kids. UFC 261. Let me check the sound real quick. Coming up this weekend, we're going to make this a quick one. So I got to roll. Figuratively, literally, however you want to take it. Let's see. Let's hear it. Yeah, we're good. UFC 261 starts off main card. Anthony Smith, Jimmy Crute. Tough fight for Anthony Smith, who I believe is he just won his last fight where he submitted Devin Clark. He was on before that, I think a 3 or 4 fight losing streak. He is 2-3 since losing his title shot to John Jones, UFC 235 in 2019. Overall record 34-16. He's going up against Jimmy Crute, who is 12-1, 4-1 in the UFC. He's got 9 out of 12 of his wins by finish, 5 knockouts, 4 submissions. His one loss was a submission loss to Misha Cirkunov, September 2019. He's great on standing up. He's young. He's got hands. He's good on the ground. I think anywhere Anthony Smith tries to take this fight, Jimmy Crute's going to be able to kind of neutralize him. I think, Anthony Smith has a lot to prove in that division. But, I also think he was a little bit better as a middleweight than he is as a light heavyweight. So I'm going to go Jimmy Crute there. Uriah Hall, Chris Weidman. Weidman again, fighting again at middleweight. Division I wrestling background. Black belt in jiu-jitsu under Matt Serra and Renzo Gracie, whereas Hall is a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Weidman is 15-5, all 5 of his losses being knockout. Dominic Reyes, Jacare Souza, Gegard Mousasi, Yoel Romero, and Luke Rockhold. His last fight was a decision win, though, over Amari Akhmedov. That was August 2020. Uriah Hall is 16-9. He's on a 3-fight winning streak at the moment with knockouts over Bavon Lewis and Anderson Silva, which was his most recent fight in October of 2020. And in between that, he had a split decision win over Antonio Carlos Jr. He's 12-4 by knockout, and he's never been submitted in his career. There's always time for things to change. He is a little bit of a favorite, so it sucks to go against Uriah Hall. Chris Weidman notoriously struggles with strikers, but I think, Chris Weidman's going to come into this wrestle heavy. He's going to be able to get him down and submit him. I can't go against Chris Weidman, man. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'll never go against Chris Weidman, Matt Serra, Aljamain Sterling, Merab Dvalishvili. I'll never go against these guys. So Chris Weidman, I think best path to victory is submission, wrestling, submission. First title fight on the card, flyweight, Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade. Shevchenko 20-3 on a 6-fight winning streak right now and has defended her title 4 times. She has knockout over Jessica Ai and Caitlin Chikadian, and then decision wins over Liz Carmouche and then Jennifer Maia, which was her last fight. She's never been submitted. She's only been knocked out once in her career, and I believe that was a doctor stoppage. It wasn't actually a knockout. She's 5'5", 66.5-inch reach, going against Jessica Andrade, who is 5'1", with a 62-inch reach. That's important because Jessica Andrade is a really, really heavy striker. She's got power in her hands, power in her kicks, and if she's not able to get to Valentina Shevchenko, that's what's going to be deciding of the fight. Valentina coming in at -390. I think that's completely accurate. Andrade is 1-0 since coming to flyweight with a TKO over Caitlin Chikadian. 15 out of 21 of her wins are via finish, 8 knockouts, 7 submissions, 12-6 in the UFC. I don't think it's enough to get it done against one of the greatest women to ever fight in the UFC, to ever fight in mixed martial arts, period, Valentina Shevchenko. I think she retains her flyweight title, and this is where it gets hard. These last 2 fights, I've always been a Rose Namajunas fan. I've always been a George Masvidal fan. It's hard for me to envision a way for either one of those 2 to win. Weili Zhang defending her title against Rose Namajunas. She is 21-1. She won the strawweight title by knocking out Andrade August of 2019. She then beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk by split decision in March 20. Her only loss was her professional debut, her first fight, 22 fights in. Her first fight was her only loss in her career. She's on a 21-fight winning streak right now. And she's got 10 knockouts and 7 submissions. So 17 out of her 21 wins are via finish. Rose Namajunas 9-4. So Rose Namajunas, we got 13 pro fights to Weili Zhang 22 pro fights. So a lot more experience to Weili Zhang, a lot more power in her punches, I believe. Stronger woman, so I don't think the takedowns are really going to be a problem for Zhang. Although Rose, her last 2 fights were the knockout where she got knocked out by Andrade, and then she won a decision against Andrade. She also lost by submission to Carla Esparza in 2014 for the title. That was where they were kind of starting that division, and she fought for the first title, lost, worked her way all the way back, won, and then, of course, lost to Andrade, beat Andrade, and now she's getting another title shot here. This one, I'm going to go with my mind. I'm going to go with my mind on this one. If I can accept one loss, I'll make it the main event. Because if I'm going to go with my mind here and say Wale Zhang is pretty easily going to handily, probably it's probably going to be a war. It's going to be a 5-round war probably, and Wale Zhang will probably come out on top of that. Or Shang Wale, however you want to say her name. Kamaru Usman will take it on George Masvidal. Masvidal 35-14 in his career. He'll be having an immediate rematch right now. He just lost to Kamaru Usman in his last fight. 6 days notice he took the fight. That was July of 2020. He's 16-1 by knockout. He's only been submitted twice in his career. Here's the thing, 17-11 by decision. So not consistent when the fight goes to the distance. And that's what we know Kamaru Usman is great at. It's not looking good. Kamaru Usman 18-1. His only loss was a submission loss to Jose Canceres in his second pro fight. So very early in his career. He's knocked out Colby Covington and Gilbert Burns. Then, of course, he won with a decision over Masvidal. I think there's something to hold there that Usman was able to finish Burns and Covington, but he wasn't able to finish Masvidal on 6 days' notice. So if there's any kind of positivity I would take towards picking Masvidal, I think that's going to be it. That Usman couldn't finish him the first time. He probably won't finish him the second time. Now Masvidal's had a lot more time to game plan and try to figure out a way to beat Usman. So I think he's got a lot better of a chance in this than Usman does. Although Usman has a way more paths to victory. He can grapple with him, and he's going to grapple and get up and grapple and get up and make him tired and break. Because Jorge Masvidal's always had great cardio, so he showed great cardio against Nate Diaz. It's going to be tough if he takes that cardio away. It's going to be tough for George Masvidal to win. But I think Masvidal comes in with a better plan. Mind's telling me Usman, heart's telling me Masvidal. I'm going to go Masvidal on that one. Rest of the card round: Alex Oliveira, Randy Brown, Carl Robinson taking on Brandon Allen. It's a great fight. Dana Bagel taking on Kevin Natividad. Quinnell Avoli versus Jeff Molina. Na Ling taking on Ariane Carnasoli, maybe. Kazula Vargas taking on Rong Zhu. Patrick Sabini fighting Tristan Conley, and Dwight Grant is going to be taking on Stefan Sukulik. That's all for tonight. I told you I was going to make it a quick one tonight. Next week we'll be back previewing the next card, but until then, stay barbecued. Hit me up, NYK for life. We on a 6-game winning streak right now. Holla at us.